of me. Bring all the girls right here. I want to talk to them about 2 minutes. I'm telling you, ladies, I want to apologize for beware. I tried to save the fellas, but they ain't nowhere. I'm telling you. Who said stew pigeon? Somebody called you a stew pigeon. Don't pay no attention to that. Just listen to me. Ladies, I'm telling you, the fellas ain't no good nowadays. Stick around, don't be no clown, don't let me down, and listen to what I'm putting down. Pay attention. If he drives you to the beach and starts to reach, look out, sister, look out. If he says you look fetching and want to show you his etchings, don't go up there. I'm telling you, don't you go up there. If he says you look good in a sweater, go home and write him a letter. If he buys you quarts of champagne, take a train and go to Maine. Get out of town before it's too late. If he says, darling, you look just like my mother, go home and get your big brother. Have them sapped up. What you sit there giggling for? This ain't funny. Look at us sitting there giggling. He, the devil. Pay attention to me. Don't be looking around at them. Look at me. Don't listen to nobody but me. Don't listen to Walter Winchell, Gabriel Heater, Ed Sullivan, Luella Parsons, Jimmy Fiddler, J. Edgar Hoover, Billy Rose, John L. Lewis, Dan Burley, Mr. Anthony, and nobody. Pay attention to me. If something happened to you this summer, you say I didn't tell you. I'm giving you some knowledge straight from the shelf. This is some jive I use myself. I found it to be successful to a marked degree, and I'm giving it to you free. If you want to take you for a ride in his car, don't stay too long and don't go too far. If he says, darling, I feel so lucky, tell him to get a train and go to Kentucky. If he says you look groovy and he want to put you in a movie, he ain't no talent scout and he don't know what it's all about. If he laughs at all your jokes, says he only drinks Cokes, and your brand is all he smokes, then he want to meet your folks, don't believe him, it's a hoax. Tell him to get lost, he's a most. Go down that fashion book and pay attention to me. If he says, darling, I'm on the square. Go on home and leave him there. If he says he want to take you for a date and you look great, tell him to go jump in the lake. He ain't nothing but a fake. You better stop that giggling. Look at her sitting there giggling. You'll be surprised what they're framing up on doing this summer on vacation. Stop that laughing and pay attention to me. Listen to what I'm talking about. Listen, if he wants to buy your clothes and nylon hose and take you around the nation on a 2-week vacation, buy your diamond rings and mink coats and everything, and he's a mellow creature and want to call a preacher, you don't have to look out. You got him, hold on to him, take him home to mother. Look out! Don't tease him. Don't tease him, just squeeze him. Look out! Sister, you better look out. Oh.
These 1947 recordings found Jordan with his most successful producer, Milt Gabler. These were sessions done in New York. Our next set begins with a tune also done in New York, but not issued at the time. When they cut it again in 1949, it became a #1 R&B smash for Jordan. This is the earlier unreleased version of Beans and Cornbread. We follow that with a couple of tunes cut in an L.A. session. Have You Got the Gumption and We Can't Agree. Louis Jordan, 1947, on Portraits in Blue.
Beans, 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 beans. Beans and cornbread had a fight. Beans knocked cornbread out of sight. Cornbread said, now that's all right. Meet me on the corner tomorrow night. I'll be ready. I'll be ready tomorrow night. I'll be ready. I'll be ready. I'll be ready tomorrow night. I'll be ready tomorrow night. Beans, toast, cornbread. If you ain't straight, you better wake up or I'll gas you gate. Been in this pot since 2:30, swelling and puffing and almost due. I'll be ready. I'll be ready tomorrow night. I'll be ready. I'll be ready. Beans grabbed cornbread by the toe. Cornbread said, please let me go. Cornbread said, I'll lay you low. I'm gonna fight you, you're so and so. Meet me on the corner. Meet me on the corner tomorrow night. Meet me on the corner. That's what Beans told cornbread. Meet me on the corner tomorrow night. Beans told cornbread, you're always so bad. You always wanna fight. Meet me on the corner tomorrow night. I'm gonna beat the devil out of you. Meet me on the corner tomorrow night. Beans hit cornbread on the head. Cornbread said, I'm almost dead. Beans told cornbread, get up, man. You know that we go hand in hand. Beans and cornbread. Beans and cornbread, hand in hand. Beans and cornbread. Beans and cornbread. Yes, sir. Beans told cornbread that we should not fall out like this. Beans told cornbread cornbread, we should stick together. We should stick together like wieners and sauerkraut. That's what beans told cornbread. We should hang out together like a hot dog and mustard.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. We like sisters and brothers, and we should stick together. Every morning we should hang out together like ham and eggs.
That's what he said.
We from the same neighborhood, and we should settle our differences. Every Saturday night we should get together and stick together like chitlins and potato salad. That's what Beans told cornbread. Yeah, that's what Beans said to cornbread. Beans told cornbread we should stick together like corned beef and cabbage. Like liver and onions. Like red beans and rice. Like meatballs and spaghetti. That's what Beans said to cornbread. Beans told cornbread that we should stick together as brothers and sisters. We should not fall out like this. We have our differences, but we should get together in the end. That's what Beans told cornbread. Beans said to cornbread, we should stick together like chicken and dumplings. That's what Beans told cornbread. Cause beans and cornbread, they go hand in hand. Whenever Sponge-Nosed Pete met the cop on the beat, he was higher than a fly on a spray any day. When Pete knew he was booked, at the policeman he'd look, and defending his virtue, you could hear him say, have you got the gumption to make the assumption that I'm inebriated? Have you got the gall to say alcohol's gone to my way? I ain't had a drink, sir, since I made the clink, sir, the night I celebrated. At the garbage man's ball when we had that brawl. You remember, officer? You may be the law, still there could be a flaw in your calculations. Old top, I got troubles enough. I ain't even touching the stuff. Not even a wee little drop. Just draw with some chalk, sir, a line, and I'll walk in that I'm pinched. Yes, you may be the law, still there could be a flaw in your calculations. On top, I got troubles enough. I'm not even touching the stuff. Not even a wee little drop. Just draw with some chalk, sir, a line, and I'll walk, sir, straighter than a judge man. Have you got the gumption to make the assumption that I'm pinched? You mean, officer, you gonna put me in jail? Don't close that gate. Let me take a walk. I'll be straight. Hey, officer, take these things off my arm. I ain't gonna do nobody no harm. Officer, I know the captain of the precinct. Don't hit me with that blackjack. I ain't coming back. Ossifer, if I got to go, let me take my horn so I can be real gone. Ossifer, you're doing wrong, Ossifer. Treat me gentle, yet you spend up all my gold. Then you look around for pig meat and tell me I'm too old. That's why we can't agree. Yes, baby, that's why we can't agree. If I don't see you no more, baby, that'll be way too soon for me. You're known for being being a lover. You like to holler loud. One man for you ain't nothing. You talk so loud, you draw a crowd. That's why we can't agree. Baby, that's why we can't agree. If I don't see you no more, baby, that'll be way too soon for me. You used to eating hot dogs whenever you go out to dine. I taught you what a steak was, now you suddenly lost your mind. That's why we can't agree. No, 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 that's why we can't agree. If I don't see you no more, baby, that'll be way too soon for me. Your clothes look like a sifter, they had so many holes. I took you from the gutter, and everybody knows we can't agree. Yes, baby, we can't agree. If I don't see you no more, baby, that'll be way too soon for me. There's a stopper for a river, there's a halter for a train. There ain't nothing in existence can't be stopped but the rain. That's why we can't agree. You better hit 'em, baby. We can't agree. If I don't see you no more, baby, that'll be way too soon for me. Ooh-wee.
The last two tunes in our previous set were cut in November 24th, 1947. And it starts a curious 2-week period for Louis Jordan when he would have 3 recording sessions and cut 13 tunes. Of course, the idea is that the Musicians Union were going to go on strike at the end of 1947, and all the labels were looking to stockpile material by some of their great artists. In Jordan's case, it's surprising, number one, that they didn't stockpile more, and number two, that the material wasn't a little bit better. No big hits for the rest of the year out of this material. But interesting stuff, nonetheless, most of which was written by Jordan. Our next set begins with Chicky Mo Craney Crow, followed by Roman Blues, and then Inflation Blues. Louis Jordan and the Timpani 5, 1947.
Chicky Mo Craney Crow, I went to the well to wash my toe. When I got back, my sweet little chick had gone. I'm a little Joe who's feeling low. There's only one thing I'd like to know. Why in the world would my sweet little chick leave home? She done flew the coop and gone. She left me all alone. Yes, I wish I knew why she left me here so lonely and blue. Chicky Mo Craney Crow, I ain't going to the well no more. Hanging round till my sweet little chick comes home. It's a natural fact, she left me holding a sack. I'll stay on the track till my chick gets back. Hanging round till my sweet little gal comes home. Why she left me here so lonely and blue. Chicky mo, cranny crow. I ain't going to the well no more. Hanging round till my sweet little chick comes home. It's a natural fact, she left me holding the sack. I'll stay on the track till my chick gets back. Hanging round till my sweet little gal come home. Chicago in the summer, New York in the fall, Detroit in the winter didn't prove a thing at all. I got those Roman blues. Yes, I got those Roman blues. Can't find no place to settle. Ooh, I got those Roman blues. Joined the club in old St. Louis, that GI Free Loot Club. Stood in line so long, man, I wore my legs down to a nub. I hit the road again. Yes, I hit the road again. Can't find no place to settle, so I hit the road again. I thought I'd made it, Jack, in good old Albuquerque. I was on the wrong track, you know, they tried to make me work. I hit the road right quick. Yes, that judge was much too slick. Can't find no place to settle, so I hit the road right quick. Then Las Vegas was the next stop. That fast town left me weak. The dice man made 12 passes. I was up the well-known creek. Those gamblers put me down. Yes, I had to walk right out of town. That ain't no place to settle. I had to walk right out of town. But I hit the greatest town of all, frantic Frisco. Got me a gal with plenty gold. She just won't let me go. I think I've found a place. Yes, I got my boots all laced. Found me a home, I don't have to roam. It's good news, I lost those Roman blues. Listen, Mr. President, all you congressmen too, you got me all frustrated and I don't know what to do. I'm trying to make $1, can't even save a cent. It takes all my money just to eat and pay my rent. That's why I got the blues, got those inflation blues. I'm not one of those highbrows. I'm average Joe to you. I came up eating cornbread, candy yams, and chicken stew. Now you take that paper dollar, it's only that in name. The way that paper buck is shrunk, it's a low down bloody shame. I got the blues. Got those inflation blues. The price of sugar so I can make my coffee sweet. I like to smear some butter on my bread, and you know I gotta have my meat. When you stopped rationing, you really played the game. But things are going up and up and up and up and up, and my check remains the same. That's why I got the blues. Got those inflation blues.
Louis Jordan and the Timpani Five is 7 pieces by this time. Jordan, of course, playing alto saxophone and singing. The rest of the band includes Aaron Eisenall on trumpet, Eddie Johnson on tenor sax, Wild Bill Davis at the piano. An influential but relatively unknown guitarist named Carl Hogan, with Dallas Bartley on bass and Christopher Columbus, then known as Joe Morris, on drums. 3 more from 1947, this time from December 1st. You're Much Too Fat. And then a couple of unreleased titles, Chug Chug Boogie, and There'll Be No Days Like That. Louis Jordan and the Timpani Five, December 1947.
Why, honey, what happened to you? You're so huge. Why, when I left home 2 months ago, you were a perfect 16. Now you look so blimpish. Why, what you been eating, honey? Why, look at you. You're much too fat, and that's that. You're much too fat, and that's that. We're gonna waltz if you don't cut out all those chocolate malls. You're much too fat, and that's that. You're much too fat, and that's that. I'm gonna go where my dough don't go just to make you grow. You better lose it, you can't use it. All that fat you got on that frame. You better choose right or sing the blues in the night. On that blubber will rest the blame. You're much too fat, and that's that. You're much too fat, and that's that. You hear me say I'm on my way, 'cause you're much too fat, and that's that. You better lose it, you can't use it. All that fat you got on that frame. You better choose right or sing the blues in the night. On that blubber will rest the blame. You're much too fat, and that's that. You're much too fat, and that's that. You hear me say I'm on my way, and that's your bad news day. You're much too large, you look just like a barge. You ain't so great with all that freight. Honey, you're so fat, and baby, that's that. Chug, chug, boogie. Chug, chug, boogie. Woo, woo. chug a boogie. There's a train that runs down in the Lone Star State, chugs the boogie woogie in a solid 8. It's called a Texas Special and it's solid jack. Beats out the finest riffs heard along the track. The fireman blows the whistle and she starts to move. It hits a boogie woogie woogie groove. Chug a boogie, chug a boogie. Chug a boogie. There's an old conductor, he's a solid gate. The porter's strictly hip and really up to date. And it's their contention that you'll get your kicks when you start the boogie train on the streamlined licks. Ride it, man, you're gonna miss a treat. It gets to rocking with a solid beat. Chug a boogie. Chug boogie. Woo woo woo. Woo 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 woo. Woo 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 woo. Chug boogie. Chug a boogie, chug a boogie. Woo 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 woo. Woo 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 woo. Chug a boogie. You want to show them how great you are. You made a date and you want to use my brand new car. Button up your shoes and grab your hat. There'll be no days like that. You always trying to be a smarty. I heard on the main stem you invited to a high society party. You brought back some friends and now you want to use my flat. There'll be no days like that. I've always tried to help you in anything you do, but now you're trying to abuse me, confuse me, misuse me. I'm very sorry, I gotta get rid of you before you take me and break me, then forsake me. I read in Winchell's column the other day, you were supposed to report to the White House right away. Don't let your head get too big for your hat. There'll be no days like that.
The duets that Louis Jordan cut with Ella Fitzgerald back in 1946 had lingering popularity. So it was decided to do some more. You're going to hear You're on the Right Track, Baby in our next set, with Martha Davis guesting with Jordan. Also in this set from December 8th, 1947, Pettin' and Pokin' and Don't Burn the Candle. Louis Jordan, some late 1947 recordings by the Timpani Five with guest vocalist Martha Davis.
Now, this is the story of Jack and Jill, and I don't mean the couple who went up the hill. I just mean a couple of lovers that live next door, and they're always battling, and I'm trying to keep the score. They're always petting and poking and jabbing and joking and cooing and cracking and wooing and whacking. They keep necking and knocking, singing and socking and squawking and squeezing and burning and freezing. Why, he holds her hands as long as he's able, but when he lets go, she bops him with a table. They start right in, patting and pinching and clouting and clenching. They're enjoying themselves, having a good time. Reverend Green thought he'd call one day on this nicely newlyweds across the way. But just as the pastor knocked on the door, a straight right connected mop, he hit the floor. They was petting and popping and banging and bopping, cooing and kissing and hitting and missing. They kept on grooving and grieving and loving and leaving, kicking and cackling and tickling and tackling. Now one night a neighbor tried some intervention, but one short jab knocked out his good intention. They started right in, stewing and stabbing and jiving and jabbing, having a good time. Once a lion escaped from a circus train. He strayed in Jack and Jill's domain. Just then they got in a towering rage. Lion took one look and jumped back in his cage. They started in swatting and swaying and plotting and playing and stomping and stabbing and grooving and grabbing. They kept dancing and ducking, tripping and trucking and plotting and pleading and banging and bleeding. Her mother said, I'll go right in there and fetch her. But Mom came out riding on a stretcher. They started right in, hitting and holding, fainting and folding. They was enjoying themselves, having a good time. Now, once a reporter called on the wife just to gather some data on her hectic life. She told him she'd never found time for books. She's always busy ducking left hooks. There was always swatting and swaying and socking and singing and cutting and cuddling and messing and muddling. They kept on fondling and fussing and kissing and cussing and tapping and teasing, squatting and squeezing. And once a voice called out, "Stop, I'm the law." But all he stopped was a haymaker to the jaw. They started then jiving and jumping and throbbing and thumping. They was enjoying themselves. You see, they were in love. Ain't married life wonderful? Hey, will somebody call Dr. Kildare? Is Dr. Christian in the house? Huh?
I've got the right railroad, and that's so plain. I've got the right conductor, and I've got the right train.
You on the right track, baby. You on the right track, baby. You on the right track, baby. But you're going the wrong way.
I've got the right ticket.
That's right.
You can't deny.
I agree with you.
I've got the right intentions.
But you're with the wrong guy. You with the wrong guy, baby. You with the wrong guy, baby. You on the right track, baby. But you're going the wrong way.
I'm getting me the swellest vacation. A new daddy I'm mad about.
Them's fighting words.
Instead of pulling in at the station.
What's happening, Martha?
Baby, I'm pulling out. I'll get me 10 servants and listen, Jack.
No, you won't.
I'll even get somebody just to scratch my back.
Not today, maybe next week.
I'm on the right track, baby.
No, you ain't. But you'll be right back, baby.
I'm on the right track, baby.
But you're going the wrong way.
Believe me, he's a powerful lover. When the lights are turned way down low.
Ah, but baby, you'll soon discover I'm the greatest from the word go. You're gonna come right back just as soon as you get in a jam. But this is what I'm gonna say in my telegram. You're on the right track, baby.
But I ain't coming back, baby.
Yes, you is. You on the right track, baby, but you going the wrong way.
That's what you think.
Dissipation is ruination, so don't burn the candle at both ends. No, don't burn the candle at both ends. You can't stay up all day and all night, you just can't do it. It just ain't right. So don't burn the candle at both ends. Now, one woman is fine, two is enough. Three I'll allow, but four is too rough. Redheads are out, brunettes are no better, so stay away from them gals with them pretty sweaters. Did you fill that prescription like the doctor said, 3 times a day and 8 hours in bed? Those rings under your eyes, look how they've grown. They're so big they got rings of their own. Too many cigarettes bring a big doctor bill. If women don't kill you, nicotine will. So you better get some rest while you can. You can't argue with the Undertaker man. So don't burn the candle at both ends. Don't burn the candle at both ends. And girls, if you really want my advice, and you want a wedding with shoes and rice, you can't do it. Don't burn the candle at both ends. Now, when a guy takes you to dinner and gets real chummy, careful what you put in your tummy. Let him keep that seafood high on the shelf. If you order oysters, don't make a pig of yourself. Go to bed at 5 and wake up at 5:30, you think you look like Hedda Lamar, look like Gravel Gertie. Listen, housewives, if you lead a fast life, you wind up looking like John's other wife. That old man of yours won't make a buck, because when he has to lift that load in that truck, with all that dissipation and coffee in his cup, believe me, sister, he won't lift it up. So don't burn the candle at both ends. No, don't burn the candle at both ends. You living and loving much too fast. If you got a good thing, you better make it last. Don't burn the candle at both ends. Now, your body's like a car. Don't let it get weak. Better check that motor so that radiator won't leak. When it gets worn out, you won't be able to trade it, so every 1,000 miles, lubricate it. Because if you're not careful, I see trouble ahead. You wake up one day and find yourself dead. Don't burn the candle at both ends. No, don't burn the candle at both ends. You can't have your cake and still eat it. You can't have a candle and overheat it. So don't burn the candle at both ends. Now wear your rubbers in the rain and stay away from drafts on the train. Eat apple every day. Be sure your blood pressure's okay. See your dentist twice a year and stay away from root beer. Then again, you might have bad luck. Walk out in the street and get hit by a truck. So go on home and read the funny papers and cut out all those funny capers. And remember, folks, you can't burn the candle at both ends.
The last two tunes from 1947, Why'd You Do It, Baby? And then Martha Davis reprised once again for a duet with Jordan on Daddy-O. Louis Jordan at Timpani 5, 1947 recordings.
You said you'd be in Alabama. When I got there, you'd gone with Sam. You took the 1204 and left for Baltimore. Why'd you do it, baby? Why'd you do it, baby? Why'd you do it, baby? Why can't you wait for me? I headed east to Baltimore, but I already knew the score. Somebody said you'd gone to Louisville with Bill. Why'd you do it, baby? Why'd you do it, baby? Why'd you do it, baby? Why can't you wait for me? I followed you to Louisville, and I was feeling good until I heard that you'd been seen way down in New Orleans. Why'd you do it, baby? Why'd you do it, baby? Why'd you do it, baby? Why can't you wait for me? I hitched a ride to New Orleans, thought it would be my land of dreams. My traveling days are through, I can't find a trace of you. Why'd you do it, baby? Why'd you have to go? Why'd you do it, baby? Can't follow you no more, no more.
Your shirt isn't mine, so I'm getting off. It's the end of the line. Do you hear me, Daddy? Oh, I'm gonna teach you some blues.
Mama, yo, how can you say that to me? Don't you know, Mama, yo, I've been sweet as a sweet man could be. Do you hear me, Mama, yo? How can you say that to me? You wanted a diamond ring, a Cadillac. You got 'em, but Mama, yo, I want 'em back. If I have to take a brush off from you, then I'm gonna take my war bonds too. Do you hear me, Mama, yo? I'm gonna teach you some blues.
You told me that a woman was your religion, but I didn't hear you mention that you meant them all. So you can't just consider you're a dead pigeon, 'cause I've got to be the only filly in the stall. A lot of fish are waiting round who want to nibble, and your baby's got a line that they can overload. So, Daddy, oh, I'm hardly in the mood to quibble, and you make me very happy if you hit the road. You gave me the runaround, and that was wrong. You wanted to run around, so run along. If we ever meet again, it's too soon, and I'll make a bet you'll be changing your tune. Do you hear me, Daddy? Oh, I'm gonna teach you some blues.
No, honey, put my shoes back under the bed. Don't set my trunk out in the hall. No, sugar.
And there you have it, 17 tunes from Louis Jordan, all cut in 1947. A similar band, many of which were written by Jordan. Not a lot of hit material, however. That will resume in 1949. And we'll pick up the Louis Jordan story there with Volume 8 in the next quarter. Volume 7 of Louis Jordan's Decca recordings, that has been our subject matter this week on Portraits in Blue. For Portraits in Blue, I'm Bob Porter, and we'll catch you the next time.
Portraits in Blue is a co-production of Bob Porter and WBGO from Newark. The producer is Eli Yeaman. If you have any questions or comments, write to Portraits in Blue, care of WBGO, 54 Park Place, Newark, New Jersey, 07102.
Sony Electronics Incorporated contributes Sony ProDat Plus cassettes for the production of Portraits in Blue.
Listening to member-supported WBGO Newark. Good morning.
Wait in
National Public Radio and the Smithsonian Institution. I'm Bernice Johnson Regan, and this is Wade in the Water. William Herbert Brewster, the eloquent poet of gospel.